So, let us continue. While dealing with entirely affably evil Silica Animus named Joshua. So yeah, I kind of missed the point at which point we ended, so...
Deciding what we were going to do.
Yeah. Just to know, there are still 3? Let's say, I don't have much of an idea how that would work, because that trap wouldn't work on you. So let's say there are like still 2 like rooms to go before you figure out where his might as well spoiler it, where his core is, and there's still like 1 stuff that you could get some intel out of it, but it's really your decision. Like out of character, I can say that you can still get out something from investigating this base, but you can still leave. I'm not gonna stop you. Like, it will be entirely possible to teleport you out, or you can just, fly out.
Well, let's continue.
Yeah, so what did we decide we were going to do?
Look around.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, give me 1d2.
I feel as though he was saying to give him something.
You can roll me 1d2. Give me 1d2.
Gabriel, you've done them all so far.
So to speak.
2.
Okay. Oh, so that's even better for you, because you are able to find something that's might have been used by Sidov as his, sort of temporary office. There are some remaining papers, but mostly it's all cybernetic data. I mean, on data slates and connected to, cogitators and terminals. And basically what's going to happen is that you will be able to get it, but depending on how much of it will depend on probably mostly Sigmund's performance, because as you step in, you found this room. Let's make this interesting. And basically, Joshua, the AI, will start. You see that the monitors will turn on to light, and you basically start seeing that some of the data is scrubbing the data, and basically Sigmund can try to prevent it.
Yes, he will. What role is that?
Before I say, I mean, obviously it would be Techius, but before you roll, I mean, it will be up to you, whatever you want. Would you prefer having an opposed check or a check with difficulty?
Is an opposed check means that there is a third party. I am working against someone actively trying to do something.
Yes.
Is that what the case is?
Yeah.
Then it would be an opposed check. A flat unopposed check means
I do have a cerebral plug, so I might be able to help some.
I have one also, but yeah, he will try. And
I also have twos.
There's also the fact that a non-opposed check, there's only a 1% chance that he will fail.
Question: When you say help with cerebral plug, does it mean that you plug into something?
Yes, I would need a board.
There is one, but obviously I will. We'll get to that.
Happily, I'm mostly wetware, so I'm not as actually vulnerable to hacking as...
And Sigmund is not connecting in. If he were, that would actually be 2 degrees higher, but he's not connecting in. I rolled a fucking 73 again.
I just got this fun idea that because of his cerebral plug, he will try to get something out of you, like perhaps some insight information. But I imagine that it's just as easy as you have in Cerebral Park, but perhaps probably it's not. So if Joe is helping, does that mean, do you helping or do you making your own role, Joe?
I'm trying to assist Sigmund.
Okay, so if you're assisting,
I
does
can
that
only
mean
do
that
so much.
it boosts his role?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How much is up to your discretion? So.
What do I have fate points? Touch by fates. Let's say that minimum one he would have. Okay, so maybe it will be easier if I ask what are the this question can be answered by all of you. If I ask what is the information that you are most interested in?
Information on who, what's his name? Not who, what that thing is. Jacob, I think you said his name is. No,
Joshua.
Joshua.
He kinda confirmed he's an AI.
Yeah, I know. What any other information we can find out
okay.
about him? Information about whatever platforms he has supposedly taken control over, and whether or not we can take control back. What else, guys?
If he has a physical location.
Yeah.
As for platforms, I can already say that this room, this particular parts of data that you can get, it doesn't really connect to the present stuff. So from here, it's not really possible to take back control of the defense things. But physical location, yeah, you can potentially find out about it. Remember when I said that this room was probably used by Sidov, and that was kind of like main office, temporary headquarters of his operation.
And then any information that we can get on Sidov and his movements, his goals, plans, etc.
Okay, I can work with that for now. So basically, you will get information. Some bits of it will be secure because, after all, he's a machine, so he got more degrees of success. But you will get enough to work with. So yeah, you'll find out that indeed there's you find schematics, you manage to save them, and you basically find out that there is basically a core room. So you find through energy usage and how it goes, how the circuits go, you find out that yeah, there's a large, extremely large room where you are pretty sure that both the core and main power supply is. So yeah, it has a physical location. As for the fuck, I forgot what was the other stuff. You probably also find some information on some other cells or maybe network that Sidov had or still has. Perhaps some other hideouts or associates. You find some names. You basically manage to save, let's say, 40% of information about his network. His colleagues, allies, contacts, working with him or for him, with names and locations. You also find out about several of his other temporary bases and hideouts, which I don't have the list of planets right now, but you find some, and this is quite really a lot, but you clearly know that's not 100%, but it should, assuming you'll get out with this information, it should be quite a lot to, you know, hinder him and kinda injure his operation, so to speak. And you also find something I think interesting. Basically, this is a video recording which is dated around 4 years ago. And I don't want to go line by line, but essentially it shows a meeting between Fabricator General of this planet and Inquisitor Sidov. And long story short, from the way the video shows, and you can figure it out, you know, you are logical, intelligent beings, figure out things. First, the Fabricator General was afflicted with that dragon thing. At least in the video he was like speaking about something like that. The situation got kinda hostile and tense. He got killed by Sidov and his, you know, the Burning Princess and Vatek were there too. And then what's other thing you learn, which like another video or picture which is dated, you know, like to 3.5 years ago, shows they basically managed to replace him, make a perfect replica of Fabricator General, because he was, you know, high-ranking member of Mechanicus. He had a lot of arguments and mechanic bits, so they kinda just improved it and make a deception. And basically from this video it kinda seems like if the Fabricator General wasn't killed, his Forge World would be working towards, you know, Cult of the Dragon. Not that you know about Cult of the Dragon, but I'm just, you know, providing out of character information. But he got killed and Joshua took, well, more or less secretly control, and this Forge World was kind of preparing against the Void Dragon. Not like clearly, but you think that was their idea, like that was their like plan, as long as they could keep it up. So yeah, essentially Fabricator General being killed and replaced with none the wiser. And it's left up in the air if they did the same thing to perhaps other Fabricator General. In data, let's say that there was some discussion and they should do something similar to perhaps other Forge World, but it doesn't state that they went through with that idea. That's it for now. I'm throwing the ball back to you if you are interested in something else. Oh, actually, I might even throw in that as like Zaymont is saving some data, the voice of AI speaks up and says, "Huh, you are quite actually good, Skitari, Crimson Guardsman, however you call yourself. Such a shame you are saving such a backwards organization. You were once gods, you know, and quite a shame to see you turning into, well, that's what the Mechanicus is now." I assume you all ignore.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
he
he's not
does.
talking
Yeah,
to me.
Well,
yeah, Sigmund kind of is. He doesn't care.
Joe's giving just kind of a sarcastic shame.
Yeah, this game shame while loading the gun. I don't even know from which movie or show is that, but
Hot Fuzz, I think.
it always gets me every time.
Shame.
So yeah, I don't have much of an idea what else you could get from here. You definitely have quite a lot that you can give later to the Inquisition or follow up on this, but out of character, I will kind of make sure that you'll be forced, well, slightly early to, like, you know, deal with something else instead of taking apart his Sidov's network. Because time will slowly be ending, with events coming in hand. But now for now, let's focus with that. So, yeah, finally, like, whatever Sigmund could have said and saved on some data that you could then take, he did, and the rest was scrapped. You know, if that makes you feel better, I can say we can call it a draw. Obviously, like, Sigmund will not respond.
True. We should shake on it.
Oh, I mean, I might have a buddy prepared. I wanna take a rain check on that.
Oh, where to? By all means.
Well, yeah, basically, I mean, to not prolong it too much, basically there was only like one room left before finding the core, but I don't have any like specific ideas. It will only like be foreshadowing of like dangerous guns or other stuff that Sidov and his cadre might have. Basically, there's like one room which is like, you know, kinda factory, kinda, you know, laboratory, and basically, you know, making weapons better and more dangerous. Mechanics wise, you know, boosting their damage, or maybe like not boosting the damage, most like, you know, adding special qualities, mechanic wise speaking, stuff like that. Basically me foreshadowing to you that some enemies might have slightly homebrewed stuff, like, let's say, gun that's canon but slightly tinkered and upgraded with what they don't usually have. And then you will find a humongous chamber that's kinda, maybe not hot, but the temperature is definitely higher from all of that, you know, computers and machinery that are running. With like pillar, which is almost a ripoff from, like, you know, Zordon from Power Rangers, which basically this is like, you know, the visual pillar that has this visage of bright red eye. And the room is huge. Like, the moment you enter and you see it, the distance between you two is like 300 meters.
Ooh.
And like the room goes slightly downwards, so you are like higher, so you can like see all of this glorious, nicely looking, very advanced machinery, computers working. Although some of them you see that, you know, that they're getting not shut down, but like, well, let's say not working. They are not like full 100 capacity. And in front of that pillar you see a, well, not Warlord Titan, but you see a like 10-foot high, size hulking, slightly humanoid figure, which is obviously like full robotic, metallic, with a faint shimmering light around it. and it turns around, and it basically has like, it's kind of, its face, or rather like upper half is, rather mostly face, is similar to Cryptek, so like, you know, Cyclops eye, but similar but not exactly the same. The color is different. The color is like mostly nice red. You finally made it. Well, I had enough time to perfect my creation. And like the robot, the mech, like gives like wave.
Well,
So was the exploration fruitful for you, flashbacks?
dramatically.
Or flashbacks, or how the HK-47 from Kotor was
He said flashback.
meatbags. Oh, meatbags.
Is it
Meat
meatbag?
bags.
That was
Meatbags, flashbacks, like whatever of the two. Oh, meatbag. Perhaps you are offended by such comment. It was like blast from the past.
meatbags.
Well, it is a correct statement.
There is a faction of meatbags called the Sith. They want what any rational meatbag would want: the power to assassinate anyone they choose at any time.
Oh well, no use being offended at what's truth, right?
And like, you imagine that basically he's kind of feeling like using his robot as an avatar, and the robot does shrug and says, ready to feel lucky if this is your day to meet the emperor that you so believe in, with one exception, pointedly looking at Sigmund, because he makes the distinction between machine gun and...
How little do you know me.
Or you feel that this is not the day, like, do you die today? No, wait. He basically makes his own version of that meme. What do we say to death? Not today.
What do we say to the god of death?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, basically, as I said, the robot has like faint shimmering light, which is hint force field. He has like wrist-mounted gun, which, considering his size, for him is like, you know, rifle, but power-wise, yeah, let's go overboard. It's an AI. He had time and technology. Power-wise, it has, you know, like damage compared to MP last cannons, so like either 4d10 or 5d10 plus something. In one hand as a wrist-mounted gun, and then the other like the other, actually, like his metallic fingers curl into fist, and that fist starts, you know, having electrical discharges. It basically, that fist is like a power weapon. And that's it. I'll be most interested in how you fare. Have a D. Yeah. This power field will be a bitch to go when it's in its own did for, you know, range attacks. Wow. First fucking roll and field overloads. Because it has high protection rating, but not that high. On the other hand, technically Necron protection field never overloads.
Because they're awesome.
let's say that this is a prototype protection field, and he'll perfect the version in the future. So what's your fighting strategy? And let's say that there are some, cover, like, piece of equipment, like large cogitator or something like that you can dodge behind before it's like hit and blasted off.
Well, strategy
You
is
did.
simple.
I've been
Strategy
muted.
is simple. Shoot it.
Yeah,
You've been
basically.
muted.
Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't been saying anything important. It's fine.
So yeah, Joe will activate his jump pack, fly behind cover. Oh, Xanthus.
What's his
Yes.
name is going to get as far away from it as possible. Maximize range between the two of them.
Do you have
While still
the
having a cam
gyro?
on his sight.
Do you have the gyro stabilize trait?
You're talking to me or him?
Oh, by the way, if you like enter the
Oh,
room,
that would be
like,
Zhao. Not Zhao. Sigmund.
yeah, I would definitely like try to close the doors behind you.
He's not trying to run away. He's not trying to run away. He's trying to maximize distance between him.
So the maximal
target.
distance, as I said, when you enter the room, it's kinda not square, but
I just need a number because the actual numerical
the
range
maximum
is
range that you can and you were at the beginning of this talk was 300 meters.
300. Oh, that's more than enough. He will close 2/3 of that, and that's where he'll be in a loop around that, roughly 100 meters away from him.
I will get within about 150. Xanthus, his let's see. I don't know how large haywire grenades are, but here's 3. Have fun with that.
I have
Thank
haywire
you.
grenades as well. I don't think I have very many though. Are we going to roll initiative or?
Nah.
Well,
Sorry.
luckily for him, it's only one
it
hit.
actually even makes stats for him.
Do we need to call it so you can make the enemy?
Nah. I'm not going to really. Normally I know he's a machine, but frankly speaking it's an AI, so it would be... he's not that much of a chump. They would have at least chance to resist the effects of haywire. EMP coding or some shit. Which, oh my god.
If he has some kind of unnatural toughness, reduce that by 2 levels, because that is felling 2, which means it ignores 2 levels of unnatural.
Yeah, let's say that probably this machine might have been for a few moments affected, because I read and I remember how haywire effect works. You kind of roll for something, then each
You
round...
roll a 1d10, plus I think
It's
haywire weapons have a
levels.
grade to them or something like that.
Yeah,
And
essentially
you roll a
they...
1d10 and there's a field.
Yeah, I
can
know
open
about the
it.
field
One sec.
and there's some effects. Haywire, I think effect was described in Lay Worlds.
I'm
It's all
opening.
life worlds.
I'm opening the book. 1 second.
And some weapons I know they add something to that 1d10, so the high wire effect is even greater.
Okay,
Wow.
everything with this,
I
roll
rolled
a
a
1d10. So basically, you roll a 1d10,
I
and
did.
that is the field strength of the grenade. Every turn,
Yeah.
that field strength reduces by 1. So
And
what you get?
haywire grenades are haywire 3, so they have a minimum rating of 3 at
Yeah.
start. And every round they go down.
Well,
Yeah, so-
I rolled 10.
It's a prolonged dead zone, which means technology within the affected area completely ceases to function. Power armor becomes unpowered, reducing the wearer's movement to 1. Vehicles slow to a halt. Characters with cybernetic replacements. to any internal organs suffer 1 level of fatigue each round they remain in the dead zone. Melee weapons with technological components such as power swords function as primitive weapons of their same type. However, that's a dead zone. A prolonged dead zone is the same as a regular dead zone. It lasts for 2 rounds though, so it's going to go from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7. So it's 4 rounds of a complete dead zone.
4 rounds.
No technology will work.
Being as this is a robot, it's what would that be? Probably fortitude or something of the like, in order to.
Wrong game, but I don't know what it would be.
It would be probably like a toughness.
Yeah, I mean that also it's not that great for him. Yeah. Anyways, like he probably, because it's a tough machine, so
it's also the fact that it's not just him, it's all tech around him. So any force fields he has, they need to do toughness tests too.
Talking about, I mean, okay, so force field.
It's literally all things. Like if anyone
did anything
threw that, whoever threw that at him, if they are too close, all of his shit is going to be disabled too. It does not discriminate. Everything around it is fucked for the next 4 rounds.
Yeah, the AI itself is fine, and his computers. Because let's say that the blast radius wasn't 30 meters, it was like 3 or something. So the robot, it was in range and some closest, energy circuits, but everything else is okay. And the Joshua is like, "Oh, you broke my toy. Oh well, I will have to perfect his EMP coding in the future." While like continue pummeling into that machine, tearing it, like trying to burst through his armor, wounding it time by time.
The only way he's going to miss these hits is if he rolls a 100, which he's not going to roll a 100 anytime soon. And now he has to reload, which takes him a whole round.
Pew. Though, you said there is the giant, like, I'm guessing something probably similar to a knight or something. What else is there in the room?
A lot of, not attacking machinery, imagine, 21st century computers, like server farms, but with the 41st millennium technology, looking very slick and smooth with no skulls. So a lot of servers, computers, cogitators, stuff like that. And if you took notice of that, you can give me awareness.
Is it site-based?
Yes. Yeah, because as you're still here, the AI itself is not... fuck, what's the word? He's not troubled in the least with your presence here, and that kind of disabled his main weapon right now. So yeah, you notice that, on these servers and computers and such, there are like, lights showing that stuff's going on. And as the from the beginning, as the fight goes on, at first it was very hard to notice because they were happening one at a time, but then shortly after you see that lights going off, going disabling offline, and well, you can either start figuring out for yourselves what does it do, but if you don't have an idea and you want to know, you can make a logic.
Logic, you said.
My specialty.
Yeah, you're
So
kind
it's
of
just
figuring
that,
out that he... There's only one explanation why he's so calm, and like as your like grenade like completely fries one of the server groups, because as I said, blast radius, so they are not that close to one another, and yeah, they got fried more or less. But he's completely not troubled is that he's transferring, but you have no clue where. And now that you think about it, like some of these slides were probably only on to not show that he already transferred a lot. When you were like exploring and doing all the talking with him. But yeah.
Well, no sense on making it easy for him. Besides, let's see what he'll leave behind. Because he's transferring, he's not transferred.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see if he'll be able to...
So, Joe is
yeah.
actually somewhat ignoring the robot and targeting the embanked cloud status.
Alright.
And I have a jetpack, so I can move around the room quite quickly.
That's cool. Yeah, I like this is a good thing, but I'm just gonna say that he will lose some data, but nothing crucial or vital for him, because he transferred that in the first place. That's obvious. So he's like, oh, I will have to recreate those 2 months I worked on that. Oh, 2 weeks from that. Oh well. But yeah, finally, like, even the moment the robot starts, like, after those turns, like, and but
excuse me, sorry.
cheers, but he is so fucked that even when he like starts, shaking off the dead field from Haywire, you already targeted him so much that he won't be able to do anything about it. So he finally falls shredded to pieces, twisted wreckage on the floor, robot destroyed. As the server farms and cogitators are lights off, offline, data transferred, finished, and only the red eye in the Zordon pillar kinda looks at you with unchanging, well, it's a cybernetic eye, it doesn't show any emotion.
See.
So, do you do any last words or just destroy that too? Guys?
Basically,
Sorry,
he's just gonna want to go look into the what's it called? What's left? I mean, obviously he's gone, but
I mean, the red eye was still there, and he would probably respond, but destroying the pillar would not kill him, kill the AI. So.
Well, once the haywire fields dissipate, we can see if we can manage to recreate at least some idea of where he might have run off to.
Oh, you'll learn about that very soon. Trust me on that. He had an escape plan ready. And that chaos and confusion helped. Anyways, as for that recreation, so if you don't talk to him the pillar before it breaks off. Oh, actually, this gives me a chance to use another cliché. You were correct, noble Sidov. You were named Chow. Probably. And there's another great cliché. Self-destructing your base!
Oh no.
I believe that Now would be the time to leave.
Right.
Let's go then.
See you, hopefully not, in the future. While like in the background, like behind him, like this
Sigmund will grab whichever
like tumbling
one
sound.
of the non-flyers is closest and get out of here.
As probably the auto-destruct option is, you know, overloading the power generators, which are probably not your run-of-the-mill generators, but some serious shit.
Oh, if you could contact those... Oh, wait, did they all die? Or are they still there?
As far as you know, there were still those two guys protecting that Proteus protocol machine.
Yeah, they should leave too.
Surprisingly, they respond. They didn't die. Actually, wait, sorry, small retcon, let me just make a few checks to see. Nah, he didn't need them, besides they are not that mechanical. So yeah, they respond that if they hear like evacuate, then like, yes sir, Magus proceeding to exit. And as of course we have cinematic as you run through the corridors to the exit, like behind you there's like like walls getting like energy starting to fluctuate, walls being ripped apart as like, you know, the energy secrets explode outwards. Echoes of explosions from like behind you echoing, stuff like that. And of course the earth slightly shaking. I can basically assure you that no, the self-destruct base option is not an exterminatus weapon, so the planet will be fine. But this place will be full of fire and energy discharges that would obliterate.
Buried under £300,000.
Yeah. Perhaps the surface that's on top of the base will slightly, you know, cave in. There will be like slightly lower, and they will need a lot of repairs to fix the ground. But oh well, this is not your worry.
It isn't.
So I guess you use Meg to teleport to the surface of your ship, or do you like fly, because elevators is destroyed, so do you like use jetpacks to fly with using the elevator shaft to the surface?
Well, off the top of my head, I would say use Mayic, but I know how much Zhao hates that.
I do hate that. I hate that a lot. It's icky.
So what is your choice?
I would prefer to fly.
And yet we don't know how long until the base, you know, kind of blows up.
We also don't know. We also might not be able to fly out while we're carrying that. Teleport out while we're carrying that stone.
Yeah, that might be a problem. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna say. I mean, it's up to you. If you are flying, then to give a proper note of dramaturgy, those who are flying and carrying stuff, because I don't think Xantis has jetpack, and I definitely Mayek doesn't have jetpack, so somebody has to carry them. So those who are flying and carrying, you can give me pilot checks to see how well
I already rolled his pilot.
avoid, you know, falling
98.
debris, rocks, stuff like that, because of the small earthquake. Okay.
I am a leaf on the wind.
Yes, you are a leaf on the wind, and you managed to make it properly.
Sigmund's just going straight. That's boring.
Yeah,
He
I
was
mean,
the fucking 98. God damn it!
it's not like he can. He's a fucking tank. There's like, Sigmund, there's a rock falling. I know. Sigmund, there's a rock falling. I know. The rock explodes and he goes through.
I have a shield. I'll be fine. Here, fucking.
Yeah. As we said, going
No,
straight.
I guess not. Oh well. Fucking hell! I have barely rolled above 50. Not even 50. Rolled above 70 this entire session. It's horseshit.
Yeah. So obviously, as you might have figured out, the situation on the surface is full-on pandemonium. There are like destruction on the horizon, large fires, piles of smoke, automatic defense turrets like firing around on each other, on Mechanicus troops, large cannons, surface to air, surface to orbit, firing out like in the like in the air. You can see like in the far distance like some debris, perhaps smaller ships getting destroyed. Just for cinematic value, like the Imperial reinforcement just jumping in. When you see a probably battleship with like 2 ground cruisers and few light cruisers. I mean, yeah, battleship with 2 ground cruisers and 4 escorts jumping in close by and probably figuring out what the fuck is going on, getting target solutions because something firings on them. From a distance, you probably also see that the tower or building where the usual headquarters of Fabricated General is like, the upper part doesn't exist. It's like, it's not a crater, but it's kind of fucked. And I'm not gonna say that there's rampaging Warlord Titan around because, frankly speaking, it doesn't make sense for a Forge World to have a Titan standing by. So, yeah, we are not going to have that. But yeah, there's like the soldiers of Mechanicus themselves. They are not like exactly in panic, but they're like trying to keep cohesion in squads, platoons. But there's like wondering. Some of them they're not exactly sure what's going on. They're like keeping their positions, looking around for targets. Stuff like that. And obviously the sounds are full of guns blazing. Mostly las guns, plasma being discharged, stuff like that. And probably as you exit, you hear through Vox some like garbling, through some static. Need evacuation and like try to, god damn it. And like through more understandable static. Captain Avitus to Inquisitor Xantis, come in.
Go ahead, Captain.
Do you need reinforcements have come? Further orders? Do you need evacuation?
Hold that thought. Well, gentlemen, are we taking the Teleportarium Express, or should we call for an Arvis?
Considering what Sigmund has in his pocket, the Arvis might actually be safer, even with the exploding weaponry going off.
Oh, joy, I haven't been shot out of the sky in a few years.
I know what you're referencing to. You know what, just for that, I didn't plan to, but just for that, I'm probably gonna make pilot check for that guy who pilot Tetrak to get you from the planet. Or something.
Just like, you could, old time's sake, yes. Yes, Captain, please send down the Arvis. Make sure that one of my more elite pilots is on it, please.
Copy that. And yeah, he rolled 20, so elite enough.
Guys, we didn't get shot out of the sky. Get this dude into the Inquisition.
I mean, to be fair, he's already working with the Inquisition. No, wait. I mean, yeah, he is, because, well, it's your ship and part of your crew per se, so yeah, you can say that he's working with you.
You just got promoted to my personal pilot. Congratulations.
Basically, you managed to get... Also, do you think, actually? I mean, you go in, do you... I mean, technically, they like, those two guys still not sure what they should do, so are you like saying, come with us? Or saying, find your commander, do your duty, and keep them on the planet? It's up to Zygmunt, I guess, what he orders.
Let's say, ain't up to
I'm
me.
sorry, what? What was the question?
What do you... Actually, did any... No, I say they might hit something to get them out from the underground and not get squashed. Do you order them to for those two guys that survived to come with you on back to the ship?
Yeah,
or-
they do. Yes.
Oh, okay. Xanthus, do you also try